1 p.m. Eastern, Cincinnati Bengals 10-4, 5-3 on the road at New England Patriots 7-7, 3-3 at home at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Not as cold in Massachusetts as I thought. 28 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, but 14-mile-per-hour winds that could be an issue. Talk about teams to be enamored with. The Bengals, what they get? 237 total yards. Is that what I know that we're just about to talk, so I should wait. But God, they look so good, dude. The Patriots opened up at plus 3.5 at minus 105. That plus 3.5 is now minus 115. We saw similar movement last week with the Buccaneers, and the Sharps must have thought they were right when it was 17-3 going in the half. The total opened up at 40, is now at 41.5, so we're up 1.5 on the total. Let's see if the cash is correlated with that here. We have 5,170 tickets in. 86% of the tickets are on the Bengals and just 32% of the cash. Wow. 52% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the under, and it's gone up 1.5. Bengals look dominant in the second half for their 34-23 victory in Tampa, but when you go over the numbers, it was just mistakes that Brady was making.
Oh, yeah. All those drives started, like inside the 40. It was every time I needed to get away from the family. They were being loud and the dogs were being crazy. So I did the go to the bar by myself and watch it. Yeah. Every time I looked over at that game, the Bengals had the ball back and they were at like the 35-yard line. It was nuts. They're starting crazy. Field position that second half. So maybe a bit of a misleading final score, I think you'd agree with, Jimmy.
I would, but 4 or 5 in the red zone. You give certain teams opportunities and they'll stab you in the larynx. And that's what happened. So, they outscored.
Yeah, of all the teams, you don't want to give a bunch of opportunities to start from as a team with a bunch of good offensive weapons. Like the Patriots just cut their Patriots. I just call them the Patriots because it's Brady, but the Bucs just cut their own throat in that game, and it was the wrong damn team to do that with.
Without a doubt, and it just gave me more and more confidence with the Bengals. Legitimately, the way they'll put their foot on your throat and step down, I was like, ooh, these guys could win it all. Burrow has been just a monster on the road. 21 touchdowns, 19 passing, 2 rushing, throwing 5 picks and 8 road starts. They only put up 237 yards. Burrow was 27-39 for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns a pick. Jamar Chase caught 6 for 60 and a touchdown. Look, Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins didn't put up big numbers in their return from injury, but they both caught very important touchdown passes. Joe Mixon had an off night. I never know when he's going to be a monster and when he's going to do nothing. He's a tricky running back. 11 carries for 21 yards, did catch 5 passes for 33. Bengals ran 21 times for 53 yards. Maybe that is a weakness for them. Maybe Mixon and P. Ryan. The defense forced 4 turnovers, held the Bucs to 4 of 12 on third down, 1 sack, hit Brady 7 times, interceptions from Trey Flowers and Jermaine Pratt. Trey Hendrickson was inactive. They played without cornerbacks Mike Hilton and Jalen Davis and Hayden Hurst. And then Sam Hubbard left in the second quarter and did not return. And he's going to miss time. Now, they haven't given us like the fun. Maybe we'll get some more information tomorrow. But at this point, they are hoping he comes back for the final regular season game or the first game of the playoffs. So now Hendrickson with the wrist injury you need to look out for, Sam Hubbard with the calf injury, and all of a sudden the front seven isn't looking as tough. Patriots come in off a 30-24 loss. I mean, I can't get over it. Like I keep going back to it. One of the wildest endings I've ever seen. Ramondre Stevenson takes it 23 yards. He's having a monster game in his hometown. Maybe he's partially at fault for flipping the ball back to Jacoby Myers. That's a valid thing to say. He probably shouldn't have done that. But then Jacoby looking across the field and seeing Mac Jones, it's just the craziest shit I could imagine. I mean, first of all,
it's not like Mac Jones is fast.
Exactly.
Like that's like, I'm going to throw it to Mac Jones and he's just going to Tyreek Hill it down. It was the more than not giving it to beast mode, more than the kick 6, Alabama, Auburn, more than, some of these other crazy. I've never seen a stupider loss, a stupider way to lose a game. I mean, because you do that when you're down by a point or whatever. When you're tied, you can't do that stuff. I cannot imagine how mad some people were about that. I'm just happy not to be super involved in it. And Sky Dragon points out, yes, the one Raiders touchdown. How in the world was that ever called a touchdown? It was a bad, goofy game. I can't get a hold of this Patriots team whatsoever. And I mean, just real quick, like I have so much tied into the Bengals to win the division. I'm essentially on this game already, just Bengals money line. So I can't get involved. But taking it's so hard to separate yourself from because I have Bengals bets. It's like some decent 4-figure wins if the Bengals can win the division. Hold on here. So I can't go getting extra involved in. But if I try to wipe that all away from my eyes, they're still a team that, like we said, it was a bit of a fraudulent scoreline. They were given a bunch of gifts, and it's really probably Patriots plus 3.5 or nothing here. So it's going to be nothing in this one, and I'm going to sit and cheer for my Who Day.
I think you're. I know. Let's not get caught up in it, but I love where you are with that action and getting the big plus lines. We talked about it several times on the show. I know everything changed when Lamar went down, but
that helped.
we are you in a great spot because you must have the lowest we saw that was plus 200. So you must have put yourself in a real great situation. So excellent work there. This Patriots team, Mac Jones was bad. He was so bad. I don't know why we don't give Zappy another run for his money. Mac was 13 of 31 for 112 yards. They were 2 of 13 on third down. They were 0 for 1 in the red zone. They didn't deserve to win, but losing like that, it's just embarrassing. Ramondre Stevens was excellent. The defense is so strong. They held the Raiders to 308 total yards. Kyle Duggar returned an interception for 16 yards to the house. They got pressure on Carr with 3 sacks and 5 quarterback hits. We often watch the Sharps kind of be too sharp for their own good. And I will stick to what I've done all year, and I won't go up against them. So if they want the Patriots at home here and they think that's the sharp action and all that, then I'll just sit back and watch the football game like I did with the Bucks. There was no way I was going to bet the Bucks, but I just respect the sharp action. Maybe I respect it too much. 1777 memorabilia, Ixnizzle. Great to see you guys. Birdie says if Zappy plays last 3 games, gets 700 yards a game, rookie of the year still has a chance.
Yeah, I know it. Oh, we Birdie will always have that one half of football. Or honestly, it was like 2 drives where like, oh my God, he's the best quarterback we've ever seen. And then it all went to hell. But man, I know there was people like 1,000-to-1 tickets on him. It would have been great. So
yeah,
it'll be this should be a good one. If you give me even with a absolute shit show outside of Belichick, as far as the coaching staff, I would have to take Patriots in the hook at home. 3 and a hook at home is awful tough, even against a good offense. This Patriots defense is good. It's been a really rough go with the offensive play calling. So that reason, I'm going to cheer for the Bengals, and hopefully I'm wrong, and it's just Bengals in a rout.
Are you surprised that this total's gone up to 41.5? I am. Freezing cold, windy. The Patriots can't put up points.
I didn't think the wind was supposed to be too bad. Maybe it is, but we'll kind of see. This is one of those two. Again, you guys, it's Tuesday. We have no idea what the weather's actually going to look like. Like it could be. There's a bunch of these totals that are going to move hard once we have like conclusive weather reports, especially on the wind. So it's probably a touch high. Should probably be 40, but again, I hate trying to guess on weather 5 days out.
Well, I agree that the under is the look, and Sky Dragon is going. He played at 41.5, but I can't bet it when all the money's on the under and it goes up 1.5. It's just some of my rules. So at this point, the line is going to keep me off of it. But I will make sure I have notes here to stare at it nonstop every second of the day. All right, let's move on.